is Curses 2 Versus Podcast.
You know that feeling, right?
Quam, Yasha,
I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. Hear him say, son, be perfect. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. Judah, hear him say, son, be perfect. Go ahead and tell me if I'm lying. The Lord said, be ye perfect like I am. I be calling on the higher, that's I am. He pulled me out the streets when all my friends was dying. Yeah, I know that's timing. I had the faith, I just needed the commandments. The pastor never taught us to combine them. Faith without works is more deader than cadavers. We don't spare nobody when we coming out the Bible. Lift my voice up like a trumpet, come and meet us at the water. Got 100 baptizers. I ain't tryna waver no more. Make my heart like David, oh Lord. On the day of judgment, I just hope I'm in your favor. You don't say you never knew me. Go forth, I'm steady praying loud. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. Hear him say, son, be perfect. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shy on my judgment. On the judgment, hear him say, son, be perfect.
This is Curses 2 Versus Podcast.
All right, brothers and sisters, once again, Shabbat Shalom. Whoa.
Now you in the Shabbat spirit. Look.
We in,
Listen, you in the Shabbat spirit.
that's how you know we in the Shabbat. We at peace at all times. We in completion at all times. But Shalom, peace and blessings to all of you guys. I'm Brother Quam. To the left of me, Hazak.
Zach.
To the right of me, Sister McCall. To the far left of me, DJ King Styles on the ones and twos. And once again, Curses to Versus Podcast is right back at you again, man. First and foremost, want to give all praises to the Most High for this platform. We've been moving pretty consistent, man. These last couple shows has been good.
Yeah, man.
The
Praise the Most High.
Last topic that we had with concerning the menstrual show with hip hop, it was very profound. I hope all of you guys liked it. And once again, for us to get this platform to its highest potential, like, share, subscribe,
Comment too.
We
yes.
love the feedback. We love the feedback.
Definitely. Tell us what we're doing. We've been getting good feedback too as well.
Great feedback.
Yeah, and also, if you want to comment on topics that you want to hear from us, let us know that as well. And we're gonna be having some new type of platforms, new little tricks and treats for y'all, man, up and coming up, so we can interact with you guys as well. But on today's show, we got a special guest for y'all. We getting back into the interviews. She in the drum roll fitness.
That was the weakest drum roll.
I was trying.
See that the effort is important.
All right, you go ahead.
I can't do it.
We need some type of
At
drum
least I
roll
tried.
or a shofar, man, or something.
Something.
Because we have a Hebrew music pioneer with us right now.
Talk about it.
Person that been in this truth for a very, very long time. Baptized since 09, if I'm correct, right? Been a pillar in GOCC New York and GOCC as well, if I must say. Without any further ado, my favorite, your favorite, King Qam.
King Quam is in the building.
All praises.
All praises
What's
to
going
the
on, brother?
Shalom.
Shalom. My man went from Brooklyn to where you at now? Albuquerque?
I'm in PA.
You in PA? Oh, okay.
How's it over there in PA? How you living over there?
I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? Tucked away.
Praise the Most High.
Away
Family
from-
good?
Away from Zach. Not Zach. What's his name again?
What's Hazak's name again?
What's Zach's name? Tucked away from Zach. You know what I mean?
Nah, listen, man. You like big brother, man. I gotta play with you, man. I gotta always poke fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we about to get fast forward into your future, but we didn't even start at the beginning, man. Because you know this platform, we using it to shine the light and get the fans to know the people that motivate them and help them get through their tough times through the music. You know, and you've been putting out music for a while.
Yes.
But we want everybody to know your story. We want people to know the beginning, where it all started. So first question, how did you get into the truth? Because before you started making truth music, you had to learn the truth.
Right.
So give us it from the beginning, how you got started in the journey that led up to the music.
It's kind of long. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna condense it.
Man. Flow.
But, I grew up out here, East Flatbush. So pretty much, if you grew up in Flatbush in Brooklyn, you already know. Streets is crazy. You're doing what you got to do to survive. I basically, long story short, but I'm gonna get more to the point of how I got into the truth. We got into a big shootout in front of my crib. One of my mans got shot 7 times.
He survived?
Yeah, he's alive now.
Praise the Most High.
And one of my other homeboys, he got shot once and he died. He actually died in the house I was living in. You know what I'm saying? I tried my best to keep him alive until the paramedics got there, but he wound up, passing anyway. He wound up getting shot in his leg, and it hit that artery that you can't put that back. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get there in like 2-3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he wound up passing away.
Real quick, how did that affect you?
I was different, bro, man. Those was my brothers I grew up with, but I was bent on revenge. I wasn't like, I shed my tears for my brother because he didn't really deserve it. He wasn't really like the street type of dude. He was with us, but he wasn't street like how we were street. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't the gun carrier. He wasn't the drug dealer. He wasn't the party bottle popper type. You know what I mean? In the mix type of dude, he was laid back. You know what I mean? He just wound up wanting to protect my homie that got shot 7 times. So he just wound up going down the block with him. You know what I'm saying? The dude was laying waiting behind a tree or whatever, and he wound up just opening mad, like, shots. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? But at that point, it was just like we lost a good dude, you know what I'm saying, that didn't deserve it. And I was, like I said, I was bent on revenge, you know what I'm saying? I was sad he was gone, but, my mentality was revenge. I wasn't the type of brother that have a conscience. I would do things and it didn't really matter to me. I would sleep like a baby no matter what I did. You know what I'm saying? The Most High helped me to develop
a conscience.
You know what I'm saying? And understanding that if you do something wrong, it doesn't just affect that person, it affects your spirit as well. You know what I'm saying? So I learned to accept it took time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't change overnight. It wasn't like I got baptized and had a conscience the next day. You know what I'm saying? It took me time to understand that, my actions affect the physical and the spiritual. You know what I'm saying? But basically after that, my wife wound up coming back into my life. At that time, we weren't together. She came back. She wound up getting pregnant. And, I tried my best to leave the streets, but they followed me because I had, like, the party house. My house was always the place everybody went. I had a studio in the basement, so everybody was there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And what happened was, there was this one brother in my clique that I had wound up meeting, and he was like, yo, you gotta stop, you know what I'm saying, saying that God do certain things, you know what I mean? You got to blame God for everything. He went to the point where he blamed God for everything, to the point where he named his album Blame God. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was atheist at the time, and I was just like, this don't sound right, bro. Like, I know from being in the truth, you know what I'm saying, from being in the churches a little bit, that you can't blame God for everything, bro. You got to take accountability for some of the things you do. God ain't sleep with that shorty. You did. You ain't get her pregnant. The Most High didn't get her pregnant. You did. You know what I'm saying?
And this was your thought process as an atheist.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, as a man, you got to take responsibility for the things you did. Like, even in the streets, I wasn't the type of person to be lying like that. You know what I'm saying? I would lie, but it would be more like, you know how you feel like you're just telling a white lie, you're trying to protect somebody's feelings? Yeah. It wasn't like even in my music, I wasn't the type of person to be like, I had this or I did this and I didn't do it. I tried my best to live my life the way that I spoke on the music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he led me to go on to the internet. I was just like, yo, I gotta find something to shut this dude up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find something online that's gonna prove him wrong, and I know it. So I bumped into his brother named Phil Valentine. I watched his video. I watched maybe like 2, and I was like, you talking about the Tetragrammaton and standing on the mountain and praying to the air and seeing. I was like, this is all. I was like, this don't even sound right. I was like, this don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? But he was using the name Jehovah, and I knew that name, but I was just like, because it's attached to the Tetragrammaton. So I'm like, it could be right, but I was like, this don't sound right. I'm gonna keep searching because he's not saying what I want. I want him to prove this guy wrong, and that wasn't proving him wrong. And right underneath that video, on the, you know how YouTube is on the side, was Elder Ricard's video about the 12 tribes. So I clicked it. Excuse me, and I'm like, I watched it. Elder Ricard's like, I'm about to show you the video. I'm about to show you how we the children of Israel, how we the real Jews. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you, around what time period was it? Like what year?
That was 2005.
Wow. 2005.
2005. No, 2008. It was 2008. 2008. Yeah, 2008. It was coming to become like 2009, so it had to be like around September. You know what I'm saying? Like around September time, 2008. And, like I said, I found the video, I watched it, and I sat down. I was smoking at the time, and I was smoking, and I was like, this is getting me high. Because I'm like, I never heard this. And I'm looking around at all the Jewish people, and I'm like, they not the Jews? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. So I'm like, let me finish, because I paused it and I stopped, and I was like, I gotta, I was like, let me go get my Bible real quick. So I went
Especially
upstairs.
as an atheist,
Right?
And I just wanted to ask too, how long were you an atheist? Were you an atheist your whole life? Was that just something that happened? What caused you to even venture out into becoming an atheist?
That's a good question.
I was Jehovah's Witness my whole life. I grew up in that. You know what I'm saying? Knocking on doors and all that. You know what I'm saying? Doing the door to door, doing the, you know what I'm saying, the Watchtower vibes, everything. You know what I mean? But doing that and then seeing how people that I would deal with in the streets was in the church as well, and I was just like, some of them is Jehovah's Witnesses, some of them is Catholics, some of them is, Seventh-day Adventists, whatever they are. They coming to get weed or whatever I have from me. They come into the same parties I'm going to.
So you mean to tell me that the Jehovah's Witnesses would
I'm sorry, I don't mean
come and prophesy to you, and then the next day, you got any weed, brother?
I'm talking about like their children, not like
their
no,
children.
Not
I'm about to say, because I ain't never seen no Jehovah's Witness buying weed.
But I'm saying, let me clarify that. It wasn't the grown-ups of the Jehovah's Witnesses doing it, and a lot of times, if it was a grown-up that was in a Christian church, it was outside of Jehovah's Witnesses. It would be, somebody else, a Catholic, a Protestant, a Methodist. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I mean? If they were Seventh-day Adventists, I didn't know, you know what I mean? But I know that a lot of them wore the crosses around their neck, and I know that Seventh-day Adventists don't really do that. But, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm saying, like those were mainly the customers, people wearing crosses, Crips or Bloods that's wearing they crosses and they, you know what I'm saying?
Pieces.
Yeah, right, you know what I'm saying? And they love, they always like Jesus this or Jesus that, thank God for that, you know what I'm saying? But they're not really a part of it. But, you know what I'm saying? And this is what made me say, well, if you could do that and still rock this cross, then it don't really have no power. You know what I'm saying? My brothers that get shot and got a cross on, I'm like, this don't have no power. So I'm not gonna deal with this. As far as being a Jehovah's Witness, I was already done with dealing with that because it just didn't click to me. It was for me, it's like for the older people. That joint don't catch the younger people. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in it for a young person. So, as far as being an atheist, I was probably an atheist for about from the age of like 18, maybe 19. When I really started to go into the streets and be on my own, I didn't have to go to church no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I would be one of those people that would always scoff at other people that were Christians. You know what I'm saying? I would tell them why their religion is wrong and how it don't match up to what they live in. You don't even live the life that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So so that's how long it was probably about 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. And so like I said, when I found out the record video, I went and I got that Bible. When he's like, yo, Deuteronomy 28 got the slave ships in it. I was like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been in church. I done got the Greatest Man Alive book. My mother got every Jehovah's Witness book in the house. If there was a slave ship in this book, we would have heard about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's no way they're not gonna teach that. So I'm like, let me go get this Bible. I go downstairs, I go upstairs, I go get my Bible, I come back downstairs, I open it up, and he's like, go to Deuteronomy 28:68 and the slave ships, and I'm reading it, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Wow.
And immediately I said to myself, nobody's gonna believe this. I said, hold on, let me go tell my wife. So I go upstairs. Well, we weren't married at the time, but I was like, let me go upstairs, let me go tell, you know what I mean? Let me go tell my wife. I'm gonna say my wife, let me go tell her.
Yeah.
You know, sister in the bias. So I'm like, let me go tell her. And she was like, she was blown away just like me. She's like, that's in the Bible? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, she's like, I don't know. Because to be honest, at that time, I was, which is what I forgot to mention, that my wife was taking me to a Seventh-day Adventist church. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I got to get out the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying? And so I was going to a Seventh-day Adventist church for maybe like 6 months, 7 months. But I told her I was never going back because this one time I went like $20 and I left with like $5. And they just kept passing the offering
in the
cup,
bag.
you know what I'm saying? They needed money for rent. They needed money to help pay the rent on Tuesday. They needed help to pay rent for next month. They just needed money for rent all the time. And you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people in the church, and every time it went around, everybody gave more money every time. So I'm like, they can't be short. You know what I'm saying? And y'all only renting the church. It's not your actual church, so you're only renting it, so it can't be that much money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
you know what I mean? I just put one and one together. I'm like, yo, this Ak is robbing us. I'm not coming back. And I told her, I said, yo, I'm never coming back to this church. You know what I'm saying? So when I found Elder Rakar, I'm gonna fast forward. When I found Elder Rakar, and I got into it, and I showed her, and she told us the truth. She said, "Now you gotta talk to the people in the church," because she was a hardcore Seventh-day Adventist. You know, Ellen G. White and everything, the books and everything in the crib. So she felt like if I'm right, I gotta be able to disprove these brothers in her church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went there, spoke to the brother. I said, "Bro, can you show me in the Bible that I'm a Gentile?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Can you go into the scriptures and show me that I'm a Gentile? Am I a Gentile?" He said, "Yeah, you African." I said, "Prove that. What tribe of Africa I come from?" And he was like, "How am I supposed to know that?" I'm like, "You just said I'm a Gentile, so you got to be able to prove that I'm a Gentile
Exactly.
with the book that you're saying that I'm a Gentile in, right? It's got to be in there." He's like, "Well, listen, you from the seed of Ham." I'm like, "Okay,
Prove that.
Did Ham go into slavery?" Because I asked Africans before this, like, "Am I an African?" And they said no. And they asked me immediately what tribe I come from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "That's why I'm asking you what tribe I come from." And he's like, getting red. He's dark skinned. He's like the Zot color. His eye is turning red. I'm telling you. He was getting ruddy. You know what I'm saying? And he was telling, he's like, "You know what? This is not the time or place for this. You gotta go." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna leave." And you know, as time progressed, I kept growing in the word, and I'm thinking to myself, like, "Yo, I gotta get baptized."
And you were
That's
still
how I get out.
watching more videos after that.
But at that time, like how y'all have videos, like I always tell brothers, the way that y'all have videos now, there wasn't those type of videos. How you find Elder Rakar now, and you get one video, and you're like, "Oh, I found 12 tribes. I'm a Jew. Okay, let me find out more." And by the time you get to come to the church, that's why when you're in the church, you find people like, "Y'all been watching videos for a year or 6 months or 2 years, and now I'm in the church." And now they decide to come because they were getting fed so much online that they didn't have to come to the church. At that point, you needed to be there.
Because
You
it was
needed
just a
somebody to
limited
congregate,
amount of
right? You know what I'm
videos.
saying? And remember, at that time, YouTube was probably like, you could only put like a half an hour video up, maybe. You couldn't put an hour video up or 2 hours the way that they do now. There was no live stream. You know what I'm saying?
It was not as advanced as
Right,
it is
you
now.
know what I mean? So you had to get that video, and then whatever videos they had up, I would watch all of the street preaching videos he had. He probably had like 10 up at the time. I watched all of them over and over again, writing down the scriptures. So every lesson that I ever gave in front of my house was an Elder Rakar lesson.
So basically, you was watching the videos, right, taking notes, and you were street preaching in front of your house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
right
led
from
you
my
to
crib.
do that? What provoked you to do that? Of course, we know it's the Holy Spirit, but what's the thought process? What's told you, all right, you got to go be a
I'm just
teacher?
gonna do
I had
this.
visions. I mean, one particular vision. I mean, I probably told this story a million times already, but you know, like I was like 17, and I was asleep, and I woke up. Well, I thought I woke up, and my room was full of smoke, and there was a big door in front of my crib, in front of my wall. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at the door, and I'm like, "Am I bugging out?" So I sit up, and I go to reach for the door, and I try to open the door, and it's just like, it's huge. I couldn't even see the top. It's just, and it's like banging, big wood door. It's like kum 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 kum, and you can see the square hole in the door. And I'm like,
a peephole.
"Nah, it's a keyhole."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, like the round hooks on it, and you pull it like that, and you could see the peak when you open. You can see through it, some light in there, but you can't open it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what is this? That's exactly what I said. I said, what is this? And the voice was like, this is the key to everlasting life. Use it when you're ready. And I was like, all right. And I had a key in my hand with a square key on it. And I put it in, and I'm going like this, and I'm trying to open it, and it won't open. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? I can't open the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, Jason, this is the key to everlasting life. Use it when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but I'm ready now. No, it said this is the key to divine living. Afterwards, it said this is the key to divine living. And I'm like, but I'm ready now. And they're like, no, listen, use it when you're ready. Wow. And then I woke up. And I was with my hand like this, holding the key. And I'm like, yo, what the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I was 17. I was borderline atheist at that time. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about God. So I'm like, and my mom was like, come downstairs and get dinner. So I'm like, all right, let me go downstairs. And that was it.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying? That was it. And then it didn't dawn on me until I found other call. I started learning. And the only thing that I wanted to do was tell other people. I didn't want to keep the information to myself, you know what I'm saying? And I've always been able to perform, so I've been a public speaker. The most I was like, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to use this same talent you have to teach people.
Okay.
Prophesy to the wind was one of the scriptures I heard Elder Ricard say when he was street preaching. So I was like, there was no New York church, so there was really nobody to prophesy with, so I had to just put in the work as best as I could. You know, anybody that would walk by my crib, they got the truth. Anybody that stopped at the bus stop right there, they got the truth. My wife's mother would come over to the house and she would be there visiting with my daughter, and she would hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she began to believe it. She was Seventh-day Adventist too for her whole life, I believe. You know, and she started to believe some of it, but I think that, you know, like the Seventh-day Adventist is, you know, like it's kind of like that family orientation too for people. Not orientation, that family
Oriented.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Type of spirit too, where everybody feels at home there. So, you know, it's kind of hard to leave that for people. But, you know, as much understanding as I could give to anybody that walked by, I would. A lot of my friends would walk by, you know, I would try to speak to them, you know what I'm saying? I did what I could. But then I was like, I need to get baptized. So I continued to call Elder Ricard's number. I think I was calling a number, but, you know, they was doing a lot of street preaching. You know what I mean? And when you look back at the videos, you see that there's a lot of street preaching videos that kept going up day after day. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not getting in contact with them. What I'm going to do? So I tried to go back to the Seventh-day Adventist church. I'm like, yo, I just need y'all to baptize me. I don't need y'all to give me the doctrine. I don't need to sit in this Bible study. Can you put me in the water? And they was like, nah. One church said no. I went to the same day. I went to another Seventh-day Adventist church. Like, yo, can y'all baptize me? I just want to be baptized. It was like, nah, you have to take the classes and be pretty much indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe Ellen G. White is the prophet. And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like,
They teach that?
yeah.
That she's a prophet.
She's the prophet. She's the Mary of their church.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Confusion.
Yeah. And you know, they go off her visions and stuff like that. She got a whole book of visions, and it messes up a lot of people who read it, because they begin to have all sorts of visions. If you ask anybody that read that Ellen G. White book, I forget the name of it. I think it has a lamb on the front of it or something like that. But you know, they begin to have visions. Like it's like a spell book. If I, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know, I never read it, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying. My wife read it, and she said she dealt with that, and it happened to her. And I heard her speaking to somebody else who read it, and they said it happened to them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I heard somebody recently say that they used to read it and it happened to them. So it's not
Whatever
something
spirit
that
was dealing with her.
right, jumps on that.
And she
you know
was
what
a
I'm saying?
witch.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
You know, so you know, they wouldn't baptize me. It almost brought me to tears, to the point, because I'm like, yo, I just want Christ. I just want to be baptized. Why can't you baptize me? Why I gotta be all of this red tape to get baptized? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna just keep hollering at Elder Ricard. Kept calling. I think we sent an email. We did a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember exactly how we got in contact. I think my wife called, and then I think he picked up and was like, well, we going to Egypt on Sunday, brother, so you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get down here this weekend. And it was Thursday or something like that. And I was like, Philly? I'm like, yo, we going to Philly. We going to get baptized. My wife was like, how we going to get out there? I was like, listen, we're going to go. We're going to leave the baby thing. We're going to take the China bus. We're going to get out there. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, no, I got somebody that's coming down from Brooklyn. You can meet up with them and they'll drive you down and you can go with them. So I was like, oh, praise the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So I hopped on with this brother. We went down there. We stayed at... It was another Gabar at the time that was with him in the beginning. I used to read from that I stayed with. I stayed at his house. We got down there that Friday. I think we stayed. We went to the class that Shabbat. They did the same baptism lesson that y'all do now. It was similar to that. And they was like, "You ready?" I was like, "All right, cool." We going to the whatever river that was. I think it was the Delaware River. It might have been. The brother Elder Lawyer and his brother baptized us that day, me and my wife. And like I was telling y'all before, like that river was crazy. Like if you watch the video, you see how they had to catch me from falling into the water because I almost like after they baptized me, they bring me up. The rocks was like, you know what I'm saying?
Unstable.
And the river is right there. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have slipped and they would let me go, like I said, I'd probably still be in the river now. You know what I'm saying? That joint's crazy.
Not.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the walk. From that point forward, I just began preaching. I forgot how I met Halam, but we met like right in the beginning of my baptism walk. And
Did you guys get baptized at the same time or no?
No, it was just me and my wife at that time. But he I forget how we met though. Somebody, the same Gabar from Philly, he introduced me to him because they were friends or something like that. And he took me to his crib, I think, or he told me to go meet him. And then we wound up preaching in Jersey for a while with just me, him, me, Halam, and that Gabar from Philly. And then he wound up going to Egypt. So then it was just me and Halam. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I don't know. I feel funny being here and everybody's in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, babe, we're going to Egypt one day. I'm just like, I'm going to save up. I'm going to go to Egypt. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if they actually say the same thing that these elders are saying. Because now we in it, and it's kind of like, I'm giving this my all. My mom's is still Jehovah's Witness, and she's fighting me, you know what I'm saying, with this. And at that time, you don't really know that you're not supposed to be force feeding your moms and your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, we all definitely went through that stage.
You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to get all your friends, and you're becoming annoying to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, I get it, that's for you, but it's not for me. And it's kind of like you gotta learn that. And that's why I try to tell people when they come into the truth the same thing. Like, give everybody their own time. You know, the elders do that too as well. They teach you, give everybody their own time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's important.
Right. You know what I mean? So, I was just like, I'm outgrowing Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. So I left. You know what I mean? 2009 December. Me and my wife and my first daughter Mariah, we went out there. We stayed out there for about 6 months. There was a lot of confusion out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
It was a lot of confusion because there was only one church. There was the Philly church. You know what I'm saying? At the time.
Yeah.
And when they left, there was a so-called DMV church or Detroit church, but that church, because it was so many brothers there of one accord, you could call it a church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the only other one that I knew of, and they came out there, so we met up and I linked up with them, and we were having Sabbaths at their house, but it was kind of like the wrong thing to do. It was right, but it was wrong. We were doing it the wrong way because we in a foreign land. We in Egypt. You can't preach. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around with the Bible, and you can't wear tassels. So, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, while in Egypt, right? If they seen y'all walking around with tassels, they would like stop y'all, like how?
They, I was never stopped. I don't think I wore. I think I did wear tassels, but I don't remember. But they probably would have, because they were so anti-Jewish.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
they would be confused at what you believe. They don't mind you being a Jew, but you can't be Jewish. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's against Islam.
Right.
And because we were gathering in the way that we were gathering, and we were doing on the Sabbath, and we were in a community of Arabs, they began to become suspicious of what we were doing. And they became worried because, not because we gather and they don't know what we're doing, but because they know prophecy. They understand that in the first book it tells them that the children of Israel are going to come back to the land, and at that point you got to look for the prophet to come back. You know what I'm saying? So they looking for Isa to come back. They understand that that's going to happen when we start coming back. So they are nervous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
Isa is Christ, bro.
right, you know what I'm saying? So they begin to make phone calls and things begin to get out of hand. Brothers start to get deported, you know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of misinformation that was given to certain people. Certain people felt like they could stay in the land as long as they want to. You know what I'm saying? I was given the same information. I was told because I had I think I had a 6-month visa or 3-month visa, something like that. And no, 3 months because I was there for 6 months. It was a 3-month visa. And a lot of brothers was saying you can stay here as long as you want to. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm gonna stay here forever anyway. But you know what I'm saying, my visa is running out, so I'm gonna get a job. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole goal. So I went and I got a job. So I started working, but they wouldn't give me a work visa. So I was like, all right, I gotta get another job that's gonna give me a work visa. So that's what I started to do. You know what I mean? So a lot of brothers that got deported weren't trying to work. They weren't trying to stay there. They were there illegally, and we gathering, so it looks crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It looked like any illegal immigrant in another land gathering. What you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna alert authorities. You know what I'm saying? So we, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of brothers got deported. A lot of brothers didn't want to follow a call. We were doing 3 different Passovers. I remember when Passover came, and the brothers was like, "Yo, Passover's on this day," and then no, we gotta follow the moon, so the Sabbath don't always fall on Saturday. So brothers was doing Sabbath on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Brothers was doing Sabbath on Wednesday. Brothers had Passover 1 month, and the next month I'm like, "Yo, bro, you know what? I'm gonna come to all of y'all Passover because we've been cool for these months, but I'm not gonna follow y'all. Y'all didn't baptize me. Y'all didn't bring me into the truth. We all got this understanding." And I explained that to them. We all got this understanding from Elder Ricard. I'm staying here. Y'all do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? They wound up getting deported. I had to come back because my mother got sick and nobody was taking care of her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? They wound up holding me a little while from getting out the country. Maybe like a day, but I had to pay mad money to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because I had an expired visa, so you had to pay for all the months or the days that you weren't, that you didn't pay for. You know what I'm saying? So I eventually came back. But then when I came back, I really understood why I came back. The Most High was like, "Yo, you gotta preach here. You ain't doing nothing in Egypt.
Yeah.
You was just preaching in front of your crib and you was waking people up, and now it's like you're not doing nothing."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You teaching people in the church, yeah, but you're not really growing the church. We can't grow out there. You know what I'm saying? So I came back, you know what I mean? And me, Halam, and now Bishop Yatazakwa, we were out there preaching, bro. We preached like 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
Wow.
Whenever brothers was free, we preaching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever we weren't at work, we were preaching. Whenever we weren't with our families, we was preaching. When we wasn't preaching, we was doing a Bible study every Wednesday or so, or whenever we had time to do a Bible study. So we did a Bible study maybe once or twice a week for whoever new members came. We was just doing so much work that we didn't have time to be. I couldn't play Call of Duty. I didn't have no use for my Xbox. We was just working. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the best time ever. Like, you know,
Wow.
because y'all know me. Y'all know I like to preach. That's my
Right.
my office.
Yes.
I don't try to overstep my office. I don't try to be anything other than a preacher and a teacher. That's what I want. I want to bring them in. I want everybody else to keep them there.
Yes.
So let me ask you. All right, so that was a long journey from
Yeah.
you finding the truth, in search, and that to me that's like kind of drastic. Like you found the truth and then just went like, we going to Egypt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of faith to just leave your comfort zone and just go straight to another country.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about you coming back and because you was always like, I know you would play a ball. I mean, you tell me you play ball, so called, right? But I know you also was into music,
Yeah.
right? So I know you probably was doing music in the world, and then how was that transition between you doing music into the world and then finding out you're Israel, and then now you started doing music in the truth? Because you're basically like, a lot of people don't really know this, but you're like a pioneer where it comes to Hebrew truth music. So you actually started that, and a lot of people don't know that. So how was that transition for you?
I mean, it was almost like seamless because at the time I was in the world, I was looking for a way to not be like everybody else. So I was like, I'm gonna make party music without curses. So I was already doing that in a sense. I was making worldly music without the profanity. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that. I was putting music out, and then when I found this, I just was like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just do this for the Most High. In the beginning, if I still had the tracks, I would let you hear it. I had tracks when I was as a 7-day Adventist trying to find my path with the music, and I was I was talking about Jesus and all this other kind of stuff. It would sound crazy if you heard it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? me calling on the name Jesus and all that. But
What made you get started on the music, even in the world? Like,
I was a poet before.
okay.
You know what I mean? That's why on my album you hear the first track, The Stranger's Intro. That's what, you know what I mean? I was used to doing that, and then one day somebody was like, yo, you know, you could put that on a beat. And I was like, oh, word? And I tried it, and it worked out. You know what I'm saying? I just kept doing it. Yeah.
So a lot of people know you as King Quam, but a lot of people don't know that when you first came into the truth and you were making music, you were known as iTunes. So, you know, tell us a little bit about that era of being iTunes, and then also tell us how you transitioned from iTunes to King Quam. Like, what caused that transition? What was going on with iTunes and going into King Quam? Like, give us more about those two eras.
My real name is Toombs. That's my real last name.
Okay.
So, you know, when iTunes came out, I figured, well, I make music and I want to connect on the internet the same way iTunes does, so I call myself iTunes.
Okay, play on words.
Because for me, I thought it stood for internet. I don't know what the I stands for, but I thought it stood for internet, so I was calling myself Internet Tunes because that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was connecting with people on the internet, MySpace at the time, and doing all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, and when I came into the truth and I heard other brothers, when I was in Egypt, everybody had a Hebrew name. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't have a Hebrew name, so let me find one. And my first name is John, so I said, let me get that name. But I went into the Greek. I looked into the Greek concordance, and it said Ionis or something like that. So if you watch one of the videos of us being in Egypt, it says Ionis. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that's my name. You know what I'm saying? And John was a Hebrew, so I'm gonna use that. And then I was like, nah, everybody got Hebrew names. I'm like, nah, I gotta find another name. And I remember them doing the Quam Yashua Allah, and I looked up what Quam said, and it meant arise. And I was like, all right, that's what I want to do. I want to arise. I want to make Israel to the top. I want to bring Israel to the top. I want to bring it to the forefront. So I'm going to change my name to Quam. The King Quam didn't come until, recently, to be honest. That was probably like, to add the King was probably like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't have, because I was iTunes the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't change that yet, and I just didn't like using my slave last name. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, nah, I gotta change this. So I added the King on it because we all kings. We all, you know, we're a nation of king and priests. So I was like, you know, let me call myself King Quam. You know what I mean? It kind of sounded like King Kong. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? I was like, let me do that. You know what I mean? And you know, I just ran with that. You know, it stuck. I liked the way it sounded. My wife liked it. My children liked it, so I kept it.
And you Judah, that's the lineage of the kings.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so you know, it just worked out all around. You know.
Yeah, it fits you though.
All praises.
So you in the truth transition from iTunes to King Quam. You making the music now. You just dropped something recently. Not religious. I remember when me and Quam used to work together. I'm watching him make the cover of that right next to me. So, yo, what you think about this? Ill cover, because you're showing what you embody on the cover. Like, this is not a religion. This is a lifestyle to me.
Right.
This is what I live. Quam really dresses in the garments like 90% of the time.
Right.
So, what was your thought process making that album? Like, what was your motivation, and what were you trying to project in that album?
I mean, my thought process is always, how can I make Israel look good? You know what I'm saying? To those that have never met an Israelite, and as well as to those who are becoming Israelites. And those that are already, you know, been Israelites for a while and understand what it means to be an Israelite. So it's like, I need to cover all of that, because I don't want somebody who's looking at an Israelite to be like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's me, then it's everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I like the way you think.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they always view it. Well, you're an Israelite, so you all think the same. I seen those Israelites, so you have to be the same way. And it's not until you break down the understanding that we're not all alike that they kind of get that understanding. You know what I'm saying? Some people can gravitate to the fact that not everybody's the same in every culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a stereotypical thought process that people have sometimes. But yeah, that's basically it. I do my best to make sure Israel looks good, that they feel good. You know what I'm saying? I tend to make music that you can dance to. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Yeah, you
90% of the music I make is, you know, dance to music. That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? I don't like to stand around and perform. I like, you know, you see how we perform. I like to jump around. I like to get sweaty. You know what I'm saying? I like to leave my spirit, you know what I'm saying, there on the stage in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, like I really wanted to embody the fact that this is not a religion. That's why I call it not religious, because I wanted you to see that the way that we live, the way that we talk, the music we listen to, it don't have nothing to do with being religious at all. This is the kind of culture that we've always grown up on. We've always grown up dancing. We've always grown up looking good and feeling good. We've always grown up as a family. It's always something else that separates us as a nation. Either the fact I'm Haitian and you American, or I'm from the Caribbean and you Spanish, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever history has separated us. That's the only thing that separates us. Everything else brings us together. Food, girls, movies, dress, parties, all the worldly stuff always brought us together. It was always something historical that separated us.
That's very true.
That historical aspect is what was implemented by those that put us in slavery. They used that to separate us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always looking for a way to get us together again. And I
like that.
You know, I felt like because it's a family thing, it can't possibly be religious.
Right.
Right.
So,
Very true.
so you know, you're doing the music thing, right? So, was there any point in you doing the music, you transitioning? Did you ever struggle? Because you came into the truth really rapidly.
Yes.
You wanted to get baptized, got baptized, went straight to Egypt, and came back, and you on fire, making music. Was there anything that you had to struggle with, like with a balance between the world and being an Israelite? Was that something that you had to deal with?
God,
Is there anything
being a young leader in the truth. Now there's, you know, you guys have, I don't know how many officers you got in New York, you know, off the top.
Off the top,
6.
We've got about 5, 6,
5,
yeah.
6. There wasn't 5 or 6 officers. It was Elder Gabar, Halam, myself, and Bishop Yatazakwa,
Right.
who was a deacon at the time. Well, we were all technically all deacons at the time, based on the positions of the church, because it wasn't, you know, there wasn't that shield between you and Gabar. Gabar was there all the time. We could all sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's the same way now. You can still speak to the elder, of course. You know what I'm saying? But now there's a lot more levels to it. He don't have to be bothered with every single question. You know what I'm saying? At that point, he had to be bothered with every single question because we were still all learning and he was the most experienced.
Right.
So we all looked up to him as the uncle or the father of the church. You know what I'm saying? We needed Elder Gabar. And if somebody came to us with a question and we didn't know, we had to go directly to Elder Gabar. Or we had to begin like we were doing to get deep into the scriptures. So being a young leader, I thought I was ready for it. But, you know how you can be bombarded being an officer. Imagine that, and then you got the deacon. Now, if there's no officers, every single question comes to the deacon. You know what I'm saying? And whoever's the most knowledgeable is going to get the most questions. Whoever everybody feels comfortable with is going to get the most questions. So people will come into the church, and they will come in directly either to Elder Gabar, or they were asking me, can you baptize me? I want to be baptized by you. Now, how's that going to make you feel?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You trying your best not to be puffed up, but everybody's coming to you like, yo, I don't want him to baptize me. I want you to baptize me. I don't care if we do it today or tomorrow. I want you to do it.
So you could honestly say there was a moment in time where you felt Satan took that and made you like, get puffed up.
Yeah, but the thing is that it didn't make me get puffed up. What was the issue is that it was too much. It was too much pressure.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As a young deacon or as a young man, the street leadership that I dealt with was different because I don't have to talk to you if I don't want to. You understand what I'm saying? You could come and check me, we could smoke, but I don't gotta be around you if I don't want to. I could be like, shop is closed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming to the party with you. I don't like you. I could be as arrogant or as mean as I want to be. I can't do that in the truth. I gotta be all things to all men. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody need help, I gotta be there. If somebody need prayer, I gotta pray. If somebody want to be baptized, I gotta ask the elder, can we baptize in this day? And now we got 50 people that want to be baptized, or 20 people, or 10 people, and as every week, you see how rapidly the church grew. You know what I'm saying? It don't come without hard work. The elder was doing everything he had to do. We were doing everything we had to do. I couldn't take the pressure.
So with all of that pressure, did that attribute to you leaving the church?
Yeah, it kind of pushed me back into you go back to where you're comfortable. You're like, this is all cool. I like being an Israelite. I'm gonna be an Israelite over here though. You know what I'm saying?
So talk about that. How was that experience?
I'm gonna go back to to being, I'm gonna go back to being Tombs, but I'm gonna be Israelite Tombs. I'm gonna wear my tassels to the club. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna hang out on the block with my tassels. I'm gonna speak to my brothers, and I'm gonna smoke with them, and I'm gonna teach them that they Israelite on the corner or in the basements or wherever I could. You know what I'm saying?
So you was in the club, tassels on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Doing the same things I was doing, you know what I'm saying?
In the world, but just still trying to, try to keep that borderline, I guess.
And you was, making music throughout this whole thing.
Right.
This whole process.
Yeah, but the most I remove, what I thought I could do was hide my sin. I thought I would be able to smoke and still deal with certain things in the world and then come back to the church and read or teach. And most I was like, you ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I have since I was young, always stuttered.
Really?
I was terrible.
Wow.
I couldn't get a word out. Like H's, A's, I would have a hard time speaking. I could not. Like I would go to McDonald's, and if I had to get a hamburger, it's a wrap. It was a wrap. Can I get let me just get a number one. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't say hamburger. I couldn't say apple. Like, and my parents was always like, yo, slow down and think about what you're gonna say. Even now, I still talk fast and sometimes I do stutter. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High was like, you're not going to read this book and do what you do in the world. I'm gonna put what I took off you back on.
So wait, when you came into the truth, you stopped stuttering.
No, before that I stopped. But the Most High, because when I was in the world as a young man, people would always make fun of me. My ears were big, I was skinny, I was real light skinned, I had a pizza face, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So people would always make fun of me. So my pride was that I was smarter than everybody because I put in work. I like to read, I like to study, I like to research. So people in the school, and then I was in special ed for a long time, not because of my knowledge, but because I was bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stabbed somebody in the nose with a pencil that was a bully when I was in like 5th grade or 4th grade or something like that, and they wanted to put me in special ed for that. You know what I'm saying? So I was always the smartest kid in the class, but I was always the smartest kid anyway because nobody really did what I did. I was, like I said, I was always a researcher and a reader. So, you know what I mean? When I got the opportunity to stand up, when the teacher's like, we need somebody to read, I'll be the first person because I know I can read better than everybody in the class. You know what I'm saying? When the bully is hiding because he can't read. And if he could read, it wasn't as well as I could. It was still, you know what I'm saying, the stuttering. Yeah. That's when he would stutter. But when I got up to read, I could read everything. I knew all the big words. I knew all the small words. You know what I'm saying? The teacher didn't have to help me. And that's what always impressed him about me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, I'm going to read. And that's what I started doing with Gabar and Halam. I would always just read for them right before we started dealing with Elder Gabar. I was always in the streets. I was always reading. You know what I mean? I didn't want to preach with them because I just felt happy to be a part of something else. Now I'm not by myself.
Right.
So I would always read with them, you know what I mean? And that was what I loved to do. So when I was up there reading with the elder or reading with Halam or reading with Bishop Yatazakwa, I felt at home. Yeah. And then when I began to go off, that spirit was gone. Even the understanding in the scriptures, when I began to get into the book, I couldn't grasp what I was grasping the same way. It was gone. You know what I'm saying? So it pushed me further away. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, how long of a period you would say you was away from the church?
I actually fell off maybe twice. I think twice, maybe 3 times. But Yeah, the first time was just that the prideful thing. I think I was away for maybe like a year and a half, and then I came back to the church. You know, Gabar welcomed me back with open arms, no issues, nothing. You know, Passovers and all that kind of stuff, and then I had my son. Well, right before I had my son, my mother died, so I was in the church again for probably like, I don't even know if that's how it went, to be honest. I think I had my son first, and then I fell off. Because what happened was the pressure, and then my mother died. My mother died in 2011, and my son was born like the month after. So she didn't get to see her, you know, her first grandson, you know what I mean? And that's what she was waiting for. And it kind of threw me off. So with the pressure and my mom's dying, it kind of it was too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you had a child.
Right, and now I have to become a man, because when I was in Egypt, it was cool. I was voluntarily going, and my mother was still sending me money because I was doing something to help her, so she would be able to send me money. You know what I'm saying? So with that and losing my moms, I was just like, I gotta be a man, a Superman now, because I gotta pay the rent, I gotta pay the water. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do the bills, plus take care of my wife and all that kind of stuff. And my mom's was paying the rent because she had pension. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have to pay rent. I was helping, but I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, doing anything. I was taking care of my wife and my kid, but you know what I'm saying, it wasn't really nothing. So with that happening, that's what threw me off that first time. So I came back, I think like 2012 or 13, and then I started dealing with that, and everything was cool. I don't know, to be honest. Oh, the second time I fell up was because of my knee. I got injured, and it just threw me off because, and this is not to spite any brother in the church. I'm going to say this, and this is not to spite any brother in the church, because I spoke to brothers about it already, and we came to terms with it.
Right.
I had injured myself, and you know, I popped my patella tendon, so I was in a cast for 6 months, but I needed help. Nobody really came to help me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the brotherly love that I was there for people was absent at the time when I was hurt, and I needed, you know, my brothers the most at that time. And the only people that was coming to check me was my friends from the world. You know what I'm saying? And they would come from Brooklyn to Jersey to see me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, yo, can I smoke? Like, yeah, you can smoke, but you gotta smoke outside. You know what I'm saying? So they smoke outside. And then they're like, yo, I'm gonna smoke out? Yeah, yeah, you can smoke, but you can smoke in the den. You don't gotta be that far, because I wanna talk to you. I don't wanna wait for you to get finished smoking. So smoke in the den right there where I'm at, because I'm in the bed and the den is right there. So I'm like, yeah, smoke in the den. I'll talk to you from the bed. We can have the conversation still. We went from being in the den to being in my hand.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then brothers like, yo, one of my homeboys got like $800,000 from a house he sold, and he's like, yo, we going on tour, we going to do this. I need you to, you know what I'm saying, to follow me. I need you to do the video, to edit, you know what I'm saying? I need you to do this. I need you to help me with this and that. So I was like, all right. They put the same cast on my leg, you know what I mean? Not the cast,
The brace?
yeah, the knee brace, you know what I mean? So I got the knee brace on, and now he's like, yo, we going out with this artist was Fresher. So he's like, yeah, we going out with Fresher. We gonna be out there. He's blowing up.
He's a big Brooklyn artist
Right,
now.
you know what I mean? But at that time, he was just blowing up. So you could imagine every day is a show. But they not performing in clubs. They performing in strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? They on a strip club, you call it chitlin circuit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're doing. You're only in the strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? And you're getting a little bit of money. And my boy is opening for him, so he's getting bread. And he wants me to document it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm following them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it of course, I'm already smoking, so it's already throwing me off. So now I'm in the strip club with my tassels on. You know what I'm saying? And fringes and weed in my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm chilling with all these famous people, and you know what I'm saying, being the man that I am, everybody's coming to me because all the gangsters that's with these other stars, they know me from the streets.
Right.
They don't know, you know what I'm saying, all my homies, you know what I mean? They know me, so they coming to me for the connect. They coming to me for the you know, weed or whatever they looking for. And it just got out of hand, and I was just like, you know, I was like about to go on tour for myself, because I wound up getting a lot of opportunities from South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? I started doing my own thing separately under a different artist name, and it wound up blowing up. Everybody started liking it.
What was that artist name?
Plus One. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing a mask.
Like the phone?
Nah, I don't know. What's that?
Now there's a phone that's called Plus One.
Oh yeah,
Some
I
Android
was wearing
phone.
a mask and all of that kind of stuff, and people was like, before wearing a mask, now was what you had to do. I was like a full mask on my face. You know what I'm saying? With the eyes cut out. You know what I'm saying? And I would wear it in the street. And children would come over to me and be like, "Yo, mommy, look, he's cool." And like all the children would gravitate towards me. And then when I did it online, everybody was following me. You know what I'm saying? And then when South by Southwest shows started seeing it, they wanted me to perform. So I went, you know what I mean? I had like 4 or 5 shows lined up in Atlanta, and I was gonna go. I had my whole squad. We was gonna go out there. I was ready. And I just started getting like, I don't know, these like symptoms from the weed, I guess. I don't know what it was from, but I knew after, I knew it was from the Most High. I tried to blame it on the weed, but I knew it was the Most High. He was like messing with my health. I was in the hospital maybe like 3-4 times in like a month.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is before you had to go to the show.
Yeah, like it started happening like right before I woke up one day at night, and I just couldn't stand up. I almost passed out, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? So I went to the doctor. The doctor's like, nothing's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? What are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with you. Your health, your heart, everything is fine. So I'm like, no, something is wrong. They're like, no, nothing is wrong. Go to the doctor. Nothing is wrong. Blood work, everything. Nothing's wrong. So I'm like, all right, I'm bugging. Let me go smoke again. I go smoke, nothing happened. 2 days later, again, same thing. Throat is thick, I can't swallow. I'm like, go to the hospital again. You know what I'm saying? So that same thing kept happening over and over. And then for like maybe like 2 weeks it stopped. Right when I booked the thing to go to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I paid for everything, I'm ready to go. I called my wife and said, yo, I'm going down to catch the bus to get on what I was doing, the plane, whatever I was about to do. And then on the train, bro, I had to go to the hospital. On the train to the transportation. I was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to the hospital. I can't do this. I'm not doing it. I said, yo, higher, I know. I'm done.
So that was the breaking point.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I was like, all right, I'm done. But what's funny is, I mean, I know I probably told you the angel story too a couple times.
Oh, you gotta tell me again, because I forgot.
You ain't never tell me, so.
Yeah, but yeah.
So there's 2 breaking points.
Yeah, no. This is the first time I fell off. I had left it out. Like when the first time I fell off, the Most High had called me back, and I was sitting in my basement. I was smoking, same thing, because that's always my issue. You know what I mean? So I was smoking, and I was sitting down there, and I fell asleep, and I just remember this bright light. You know what I'm saying? In the basement, and the basement is dark, you know what I'm saying? It's dim. I mean, and I woke up, and there was a man standing there dressed in all white with a garment down to his foot, hair perfect, golden, skin like brass, you know what I'm saying? Beard, everything. And I'm just like, so I stand up to greet him, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's an angel, so I stand up to greet him, and I just get pushed down, and I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
The angel's not
he didn't
pushing
touch me.
you.
He didn't touch me. He's standing there, and he looked tight. Not like angry, but like
Serious demeanor.
you know what I'm saying? Like a stern look. Like I'm not here to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here for what you think. Don't even stand up. You know what I'm saying? So I stand up, I get pushed down. I try to stand up, I get pushed down further till I'm on my chest, on the floor, staring at his toes. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop. And then he bounced. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that was it. And then that was when I came back to the church the first time. And then like this time, you know what I'm saying? The Most High was like, listen, I'm gonna kill you. You keep it up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because you playing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, as one of the truth music pioneers, what do you think about how truth music has evolved from when you first started to now? You can include yourself in that, evolution as well. But like, what are your thoughts and opinions on how truth music has grown from, from where you known it to have started and to now?
I mean, I enjoy all the music that's out now. You know what I mean? I figured it would grow to like this, because as more people come in, more talent comes in.
Yeah, true.
There was a other brother that was with me in the beginning. I didn't meet him personally or know him personally. I can't remember his name though. But I don't think he does truth music anymore. But when I started, I didn't think that people was gonna gravitate as much as they do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that that it would grow so rapidly. But you know, like I said, with more people coming in, more talent, of course. You know, I enjoy listening to all the brothers that's out right now. You know, if I start naming them, it's gonna be, you know, it's a slew of people. You know what I'm saying? I definitely expected this to happen. I didn't think that it was gonna be so many videos and all that kind of stuff. I still think that there's a lot of room for growth in the Hebrew community as far as the music is concerned. Not only music, but you know, as far as entertainment is concerned for Israelite as a whole, there's a lot more growth, and I think that we should be ready for a huge amount. I do my best to try to collaborate with as many people as I can. You know, I reach out to people. I ain't gonna say that because I'm gonna say I haven't gotten the response I was expecting. You know what I mean? Like, I would think that people would want to do more music together. You know what I mean? But I feel like brothers do have to, like, kind of stop picking and choosing who they want to do music with. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a certain circle of music that's made with certain brothers, and I think that they need to, as artists that people look up to, learn to condescend. You know what I'm saying? It's not about views. You know what I'm saying? Are the angels watching? How many views you got from heaven is what you should be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Because we could have 100 views and the angels approve that and don't approve the 30,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The video could be off. You know what I'm saying? The music could be vain.
Right.
True. You know what I'm saying? It could sound holy and you might vibe to it, but it could be vain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta understand that as artists, we need to reach out to people that don't have the views. You know what I'm saying? Because not having views is not the most important thing. You know what I mean? Having views is not the most important thing.
So let me ask you a question, because I know this is a question that we had in our first show. If you curse in your rap, is that truth music?
It depends on what the word is. What's a curse?
Oh, we going there with it. Technical. Profane.
Profanity.
A
curse is if I tell you that you ain't never gonna be what you think you're gonna be.
I'm talking. All right, so profanity. That's the word.
If you use profanity, if you're a prolific profanity user, I would say no. I would say the word nigger, or however you want to pronounce it, with an A or a GR, however you use that word, is a word that can pass when it has meaning. You understand? You can't just be all my, because that's not we all anymore. We ain't not that no more.
We Israel.
Now, if you're saying I used to be I get it. I don't ride for, I get it. But if it's gonna be about that, and then you dropping S bombs and F bombs, that is not truth music.
Okay.
Because that's profane babbling.
Right.
It becomes profane words. You know what I'm saying? And we should not be using words that remind people of the world. We should be using words that put them in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about, because there's another argument came out of this. Certain people feel like certain Hebrew artists, their music sounds too closely to the world. Now, do you feel like that's like a problem and it makes the truth look bad because we're not supposed to be associated with the world? Or you feel like it could be used as a fishing tool, a tool that could be used to take the souls that are in the world out of the world and bring them into the truth?
That's the purpose of the music. Ain't it supposed to sound like what you listen to? If it don't sound like what you listen to, you ain't gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
You just was in the world. You know what I'm saying? We grew up listening to worldly music. You can't just turn it off.
Yeah.
It takes time to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you hear something that sounds similar to that, you know, if two agree, they're gonna walk together.
Yeah.
So if I can agree with your sound, then I'm gonna listen to it. That's how it is in the world. I'm not gonna listen to something. First off, I ain't gonna listen to something I can't relate to. Number two, I'm not gonna listen to something that don't sound good. So, which is why I tend to do those beats that are industry related beats as well. I will do a Drake beat. I will do a Kendrick beat. Why? Because you used to listen. You just was in the world a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. That sound is in your head. They beat that into our head from birth. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we could just be like, nah, I don't like that. What we gonna listen to if we don't do that?
Sure.
We have to make something with a timbrel and a sultry, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be back to David times, and we don't listen to that. We didn't grow up listening to that. For David, if David hear this music now, he gonna be like, what's that? What is that instrument? You know what I'm saying? He may remember the guitar and other things like that, but the MPC, certain sounds that we have now, it's unfamiliar.
He probably would cook up.
Right. But I'm saying, like, he probably like would like the music, but he would still be like, what is that? What is that sound?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's an 808? I didn't. There was no 808 on the. You know what I'm saying?
It's just drums.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Those sounds would be strange to him. So it's the same thing. If we went back in his time and they played something, we would be like, yo, that's dope, but what instrument is that?
Right.
We'd have to get accustomed to that. So it's cool for them to make music that is like that. But when the lyrics become too close to the world, then we have a problem.
I agree.
Because I won't listen to it at all. I can't. I got children. My children's thumbing through YouTube, you know what I'm saying, looking for Hebrew music, and they turn something on. Bro, I seen Hebrews, and not to spite these brothers, because they growing, everybody's growing. I seen Hebrews smoking weed in videos, doing right, you know what I'm saying? Doing righteous music, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why?
Right.
Yeah.
We supposed to be leaving that.
Absolutely.
What's the difference between us and the world then, if that's the case? Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I agree. But the next question I want to ask you is, what's new for King Qam? What's some new things that you got coming out? What are the things that people should be expecting of you, music-wise?
Yes.
I'm trying to shoot some more videos, man. If Hazak will stop fronting.
Come on.
Now Hazak is mad busy, so
I got you. Listen, I got you.
I'm gonna get a video from Hazak in.
No. I mean, we got some time. We just finished Hebrew Fresh our video, so
We might do something at
Take a look out for
Tabernacles.
that soon. It's coming
look out
soon.
for that. So
We might do something for Tabernacles if
Most High willing.
if Most High allow. You know what I'm
most
saying?
high willing, we can do something.
Excuse me. I'm actually working on a new album called Rumors of War. I probably got maybe 5 or 6 tracks done.
Okay. You definitely gonna wait for that.
But like I said, I reached out to some brothers for some features, so hopefully we can get those done. You know, and I reach out to brothers out of respect, not because I'm not a rider or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? If I hit you up, it's not because of your views. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of your video. It's because I like your music. I don't hit you up for none of that vain stuff. I dig the music. I like the movement. We all help grow Israel, so I want to do a song with you.
Let's work
because
together.
we complement each other. You know what I'm saying? And even if we don't, I'm gonna hit you up because I like what you said on this track. I like how you wrote that track. I got a track that sound just like that. Let's do that together. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hit people up. So it's not because I want views. I could care less if we get 1 view. I like the song. I'm gonna listen to it. My kid's gonna have it in rotation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter to me. But yeah, Rumors of Wars should be out. Most High willing before the end of the year, if not beginning of next year. Most High willing, or the Gregorian year. We actually working on another album. Me and 2 other ox. We coming out with something called 3 Kings.
3 Kings. That's powerful.
Y'all heard the first single already. It's called Be Ye Perfect.
If y'all didn't hear it yet, go download it. It's on iTunes,
Streaming everywhere.
Yeah, streaming everywhere.
We're gonna start putting the artwork out for that. We may shoot a video for that if we could get all 3 of us together in one place. Because Officer Zachariah is really busy.
Busy man.
I'm in PA. He's in Brooklyn. Queens, excuse me.
Yeah. You can't confuse it too, because he's from Queens.
But
Brooklyn.
Zach is barely from Brooklyn.
No shade.
But and the brother Markquan, he's in Philly.
Yeah, shout out to brother Markquan. Man. He's doing a lot of things, putting out a lot of songs, being consistent, man. Shout out to brother Markquan, man.
You sound like you sound like, what's the brother name? Who Markquan sound like?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not getting into this conversation.
If I say it, Markquan is gonna call my line, man.
Yeah, you know who you sound like, Markquan. You know what I'm saying when you watch this, but yeah, we all, me, Zach, and Markquan, we working on the album 3 Kings. It should be very beneficial for the movement of music that's out, and visually, and as far as sonically, we trying to do something that has been done before, but I think we're gonna. I don't want to boast, but I just feel like we're gonna make this like it's gonna be epic.
Nah, I feel so
I feel
too as
so
well.
too.
Because we only put out one song.
Right.
And that song
is
is
Y'all
fire.
haven't heard any of the other songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all, it's like, it's all for the Most High. The Most High get all the glory in this. And it's like, me personally, I can just picture like our angels with us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you heard your host? Yeah, you heard your host? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. You know what I mean? And where it's going. So yeah, those are the two things I'm working on right now. Me and you've been talking about doing projects as far as film
wise, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
So you're gonna take the director route soon.
that's my thing. I like music, but I feel like without visuals, the picture's not painted. You know what I mean? The music is, we framing it, but we gotta put something in that frame. It's like,
That's true.
It's
That's
cool.
true.
You know what I mean? And the lyrics do frame it, but we gotta add some color to this. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot to a picture. And I feel like if we could get it moving, because I want to do comedies for Israel. Like I said, there's a lot of growth for Israel that we can still do. I know there's something I want to do, but I don't want to say it because I don't want anybody to take the idea.
So hold it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it down. That's what I said. I'm gonna hold it down. There's
Because I
two
already
things.
know I might still cover them, but
You can't have it. Thou shalt not steal. But yeah, there's two things that I really want to do that I feel like we'll step it up and we'll get other people moving to do other things and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We could do that, or we can come together. You know what I'm saying? Because I want it to be, as much as I'm GLCC, I'm an Israelite. You know what I mean? I'm 100% an Israelite. I'm 100% GLCC because y'all my family. But I want other Israelites to be involved in other things too, because we already make music with other Israelites. You know what I'm saying? We may disagree on certain things, but when we come together, as the elder said, when we come together, let's not deal with the doctrine. Let's just deal with being Israel.
being brothers,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? We Israel, above all. With whatever you think is correct or incorrect, Christ's going to iron that out.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? When it's wilderness time, whether you believe in that or not, Christ is going to iron that out. When it's time, you know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is help to build the whole nation of Israel, get all the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? Let's put our heads together. Let's do different things, and really show the world that we don't need them. We don't need their BET. We don't need MTV. We don't need they Gucci, they product. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? When brothers put out stuff, I'ma buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to buy other people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a brother put out sneakers, like the brother that put out sneakers, Kingdom Culture, shout out to them. They put out a dope sneaker.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, yo, I need that. And I saw other brothers wearing it. I had to buy it because it's Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the more colors I could get, the more designs I could get, I would rather buy them, because you know how many times I've been out on the street and a brother be like, yo, but you Israel, but you got those on. You know, Nike is a Greek god.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of hurt me because I'm like, it is, but what I'm gonna wear? I'm gonna wear the Air Hazaks. That's an inside joke though. Y'all don't know. Y'all should have seen this out yesterday. Brother in Brooklyn with flip flops.
Listen,
With the
man.
double strap too. You
gotta get your grown man.
know
on.
you could grill.
You know what it is?
You could grill when you got the double strap latch.
Leather sandals
You
on.
know he could grill.
Listen, I'm
OG
in my mind. I'm in Jerusalem.
OG ICM.
Listen,
Oh, nah, yeah.
in my mind, I'm in Jerusalem.
And he had the shorts too.
Listen, I'm grown man. I didn't have shorts on.
You didn't, oh no, you didn't. You had the 5-pocket jeans. I don't know what.
But you see what happened when you leave Brooklyn for so long? You kind of miss out on the fashion that's out. So you come back and it's like everything is foreign to you. Like, what's that? I feel like asking him, where your horse at? Your horse and buggy guy now, right?
It's all good, man.
praise the Most
I
High.
can see the mountains from where I'm at.
Oh, okay. You live there?
I'm next to I'm next to Amalek. You know you love me. Judah at the neck of his enemy.
Enemies,
all the time.
yeah.
Okay.
Prophecy.
As this every time he was at work, Esau like,
Yeah, yo.
come work with me.
There was this
Come work with me.
with his hands over. I was like, yo, the prophecies.
But you know the
Genesis
funny thing
49.
is, but I always tell him though. I always give Esau the opportunity to have the truth. So even if I'm working, I still, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm an Israelite. This is how it is. If you want to get down, we got church.
Quam will always tell me, he's like, yo, I'm gonna tell him one day, man. He's like, yo, I want to baptize you. And that's what we got to do, man. Just continue to be that light and praise the Most High that you're saying these things, because I had a conversation with a brother, and when we did the Passover play in GOCC in our church,
Right.
he was saying that I love this because in the world, the other nations, they go to their theaters and their events and their operas, and that's when they get dressed up and they look classy. When we had that Purim play, we had to dress up. It was like a black and gold affair. We had the red carpet. And when we have more movies, events, and more plays or more things that like that, it's gonna create our culture. Our kids could grow up in that culture and see like, oh, this is ours. This is what we do. So we definitely gonna be looking forward to that. And I know you're gonna have more things coming out, but I want to ask you like a critical question real quick because you've been in the truth for a while, and you had a very colorful walk, and a lot of people could learn from what you went through, like the stumbles and the falls. And I feel like we see it all the time. We see a lot of people come into this truth,
Right.
and they move very fast. They don't give their time to pace themselves. So if there's any lessons or any jewels you could drop for somebody that's coming into the truth, what would you say from your experience? You got baptized in 2009.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of experience. What's one thing you would tell a person that's essential for them in their walk from your experience?
I mean, I would always caution to slow down and you know, smell the scriptures, man. You know what I mean, just slow down, get into them joints, like slow down and wait for your ministry. If it's very rare that you come in and you already have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. Like, slow down, find your ministry, because your ministry is not always what you may want to do. The Most High may give you something to do. You may want to be in the choir, but the choir's packed. So now you're not going to be comfortable in the church because you can't be in the choir.
Yeah.
Find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? We already got a bunch of artists. Maybe that's not what you should be doing. We don't have enough producers. Maybe you should be making beats.
I think that's a big one.
You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is your office? Maybe your office is just being a good wife and showing other women how to be a good wife.
True.
You just gotta lead by example. Sometimes our office is not what we think it is.
Or the more desirable.
Right, it's not the most desirable position. If you want to be the greatest, you must be a servant. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can you serve the Most High? The word minister means to serve. So if you're gonna find a ministry, how will you serve? You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. Like, that's my goal for them. Like, if you're gonna find something to do that can help everybody. Don't just be like, I want to do this because it makes me feel good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I was doing this in the world, so I want to do it now.
No.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Slow down. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
That's a great jewel, man. So, on top of all that you just said, all the new things that's coming, I know some freestyles is gonna come as well.
I ain't freestyling, man.
Oh, come on, man. You
You
gotta
have
give us something. When
to.
people come with the curses, the verses, man, they gotta
have to leave
get
us
some
with
spiritual
something.
bars, some spiritual talks, man.
We definitely got to get into that.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
you know, it was a great show, though.
Yes.
Definitely was.
Very, very great show, man. Happy that you came out. You got the horse and buggy out front.
I do.
We got some hay in the back.
I
Make
got
sure
the
you
double
feed them.
chariot.
Right.
Double horse.
Nah, I know. It was a troop for you to
It was a
get here. So
long time.
we really appreciate you coming out, man. You didn't have to come out here, but
No, I
praise the Most High, you did.
had to sleep over in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Made you feel like home again.
No. I don't want to feel too home. Man.
You want to go back to VA?
You know what happens when I start feeling like home. I gotta stay away from a home feeling in Brooklyn.
Right. I already know. I already know that type of time. So praise the Most High for this show, man. Praise the Most High.
Yeah,
Great show, man.
Great
And
show.
We're gonna get into these bars, but yo, DJ King Styles, man, if you can.
Alright, we got King Qam in the building, alright?
Play us
So you
out.
ready? You about to drop a beat?
Can I
No,
do?
we gonna play out first.
You gonna play out first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we gonna play out first. Alright, then we gonna do the
You
boss.
said you want what?
I'm gonna do an acapella first.
Okay.
But nah, y'all can do. Y'all can do what y'all do.
Yeah,
We're gonna get into it, man. DJ King Styles, man. Check us out, man.
This is Curses 2 Versus Podcast.
Judah. Yeah. She fell in love with a brew. She fell in love with a brew. Love my style and my locks. She the queen, I'm a lock. Hold my hand, let me lead. I be the man that she need. She fell in love with a brew. She fell in love with a brew. Love my style and my locks. She the queen of my life. Hold my hand, let me lead. I be the man that she need. I brought her the truth when we was lost. I showed her the lies that we was taught. I read of slavery out the OT. Heard that we the real Jews. From an Israelite OG. When I ate the scroll, I had the same taste. When we heard the word, we made the same face. We got baptized in the same way. Rebirth on the same day. I'm a prophesy to the end. I started out right in front of the crib. Started prophesying to the wind. The shy saw me putting work in. Silly brothers I could work with. I was running around blinded. Saving Jacob gave me purpose. Lawyer took a trapper to the water. A new man that resurfaced. I was in the streets, I had to curb that. It was time for me to be a real head. She ain't arguing when she heard that. Mix. Sabbath, bless. Hebrews, bless. Fasting, bless. Feast days, bless. Tell him I ain't talking Jesus when I'm talking about bless. Want your pastor tissues when he asked me if he blessed. Sabbath, bless. Hebrews.
We got King Quam in the building, about to give us a freestyle. Yo, you ready?
Come.
So what you gonna do? Acapella for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring y'all a little acapella.
Alright, let's get busy.
Get into some beats, you know what I'm saying? Poet first. Mm-hmm. So, you know, listen. I'm at the beach on my hands and knees. Baptism what I needed to beat the devil. Produce fruits in the spirit. I don't need a shovel. I dig a ditch with my fingertips. You don't believe me? Bet. Bury the old man in it. I don't need the flesh. Like I was born a vegan. No need to act. I was born to preach it to the heads in the hood. No strings attached. You hear the trumpets, baby. You know the kings is back. You know we God sent, baby, no wings attached. You know we blessed and we highly favored. Coming from a past that was hardly savory. Still he came to save me. Young lion running wild, it was hard to tame me. No guidance, you could hardly blame me. If it wasn't cash money, you couldn't call me baby. You could call me crazy. I'm just glad I made it. Cause I used to sling rock, do that make me David? I used to be a deacon, do that make me famous? I would always go ham, do that make me Canaan? 4 Rexes in a year, do that mean you trading? Just cause you baptized, that don't mean you made it. I be low in the cut, do that mean I'm fading? If you're gonna repent, then you need to change it.
Low in the cut does not mean come on.
Let's turn this up.
Let's turn this up.
Yeah.
I need it. I ain't gonna say nothing to this one. I'm gonna let you rock.
Come on.
AV.
Come on.
Line them up.
If I call on them angels, then they come in pronto. My angel's the king priest, my father's the honcho. They say they're the Jews, we know that it's not so. So you should just get back out of chips and dip from the land, cause you know that it's not chose. When you shy your return, you go in a big box. I ain't talking about Costco, I ain't talking about big lots. I live with the dry bones, we known as the lost sheep. A lot of them lost souls, they told us to feel free. So we chase the American dream, man. A lot of them still sleep, stuck in the like a pothole. We out here walking on hot coals while our women is slotted down high poles. Government all in our zones like a high post. They giving out vaccines, I mean pork at a high dose. They calling it medicine, it's a fact they infected it. If you didn't know, Psalms 83 is embedded in. This ain't a game but you playing. If we invested in anything, tell me how we gonna gain. You need to set up a stop loss. They giving out to the youth. Oops, Esau's mad. We got them redder than hot sauce. I ain't thinking about those guys. Why? We opened up closed eyes. I just need to know when to stop though. We open from Sunday to Friday. We close on Shabbat though. Never close the Shabbat though. We bringing in family and friends of them. Long as the men ain't effeminate and they ain't been sleeping with him and him. That goes for her and him and him.
Yo, Chris is the Versus Podcast.
Listen, I know you got something else in there. Don't even play with me right now.
One more?
I know you got something else in there.
We about to switch it up right now, alright? Let's go. We got King Quam in the building. Yeah, one more.
This is Curses the Versus family.
Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
We gotta let this rock. Let me get it right.
Yeah.
Let this come back.
Curse to the Versus. This is what we do for the most high. Come on.
They see my tassels, they in awe. They hang long like in-laws. We got necks, not b-ball. They rain short like Kim Jong. Is it me or do you see the Jewish copy like 10-4? Their history is like tinfoil. Our heritage is like fish oil. Giving life to them dry bones when they learn the truth, it's amazing. Every scripture is Cajun. Deuteronomy 28. Driving home like Miss Daisy. I'm still preaching, I'm still teaching, I'm still at it like Paisley. I don't smoke, don't ask me. They don't like that I've been blunt when I come around and just pass me. See Moss, how I stay better. I ain't taking no jabs. Tell the doctor I'm Mayweather. Feast days we fancy. Garment down to the kneecap. You don't understand? Watch the recap.
It's Curse's 2 versus podcast.
If y'all didn't get those lines, like, are you Mayweather? You not taking no jabs, huh? Yo,
No jabs.
Curses the Versus podcast.
Watch the recap.
Yo, man.
Shout out to y'all.
Yo, all
Excellent
praises to the
platform.
Most High, man.
Excellent.
That's what we do, man. We bring it back to culture, man. Praise the Most High.
Using these words and these lyrics to lift up the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High. Any artists that want to come up here, man, definitely come. Bring what the Most High put in your spirit to uplift him and our people, man.
And it gotta be the A game. It gotta be the A game because the B game comes after A. So praise the Most High, man. Yo,
all
you
praises,
killed it,
all
man.
praises.
You killed it, man.
DJ King Styles, what you saying, man?
You saying?
I'm saying it was the second rapper up here, man. I don't know. Right now it's looking flamey right now, man.
Definitely.
Looking
All
flamey.
praises. All right, man.
praises.
You did your thing, man.
Yeah, I see y'all tabernacles, man. At
Tabernacles
the
ready.
Domino's table.
You already know.
I'm gonna go easy on New York in the Baltimore.
God.
DJ King Styles, take us away, man.
All right.